Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad, and welcome to Monday's edition of the DCEU Daily. Why Black Adam and Shazam got solo movies instead of a crossover. Exclusive. Black Adam producer Hiram Garcia shares why making a solo Black Adam movie was the most exciting idea for the DCEU, and I couldn't agree more, by Abigail Ong Pizarro of Screen Rant. DC producers made a tough but well-received decision to give Black Adam and Shazam their solo movies instead of doing a crossover. Dwayne Johnson will make his way into the DCEU with Black Adam, which is set to hit theatres next year. He plays the titular anti-hero based on the DC comics of the same name. Also starring in the highly anticipated film are Noah Centineo, Aldis Hodge, Sarah Shahi, Quintus Swindell and Pierce Bronson as Bronson. That's not his name. Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. My mistake, not theirs. Johnson has been attached to his Black Adam role since 2014 when talks for Shazam first began. Initially, the wrestler turned actor was supposed to portray the villain against Zachary Levi's character in the 2019 movie. Midway into the film's development, producers decided to give Johnson's character a standalone film. Instead, as Black Adam approaches its theatrical release, it is poised to shake things up in the entire DCEU and become a mega blockbuster hit. Fingers crossed, here's hoping. In Screen Rant's exclusive interview with Black Adam producer Hiram Garcia, he shared how DC execs saw potential in Johnson's character that led them to change gears and scrap the original crossover project. According to Garcia, they realised that Black Adam and Shazam are totally different characters. Nah, really? So introducing both of them in one movie will simply not do them justice. Garcia also slated that once they made the decision to make two solo movies, things finally made sense. Read an excerpt of our interview with Garcia below. Screen Rant. Damn, Dwayne's in everything. As things ramp up for Black Adam, I have to wonder, because he's been attached to that since I think 2014. So it must be really exciting to get to this point. What does that feel like? Because it's like, oh, I've seen footage. It's here. It's happening. Garcia, yeah, I remember. It's so funny. I always like to keep my finger on the pulse, and so many fans are always like, this movie's never happening. He's been talking about it forever, but from the moment he walked on set in that costume to finally be there after so many years of development, and the reason for that was it's not a simple character to crack, and it's not an easy movie to tell. And we went through so many iterations, but I think once we realised we wanted to separate Black Adam and Shazam, where we were trying to introduce both of them in the same movie, and obviously realising not only are both characters totally so different, I think in the kind of story you want to tell around them, but they just both require so much space in terms of wanting to really introduce them to the world. And once we were able to separate them, things really started to pick up. So the years of development paid off, and to get the team we have now. And again, the first moment he walked on set as Black Adam was one of those things I'll always forget. No, you mean one of those things you'll never forget. And for him too, and I know him so well, and to see how fired up he was to just be in that costume. And our director made the coolest camera test where there's this incredible music playing. The whole set felt when this happened. The whole set felt it when this happened. It was a real moment, so we're thrilled. We're grinding away on it. I'm excited for you to see it. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with it, and he's a very different character that we haven't really seen in the DC world yet. So it's exciting. It's been a long road for Black Adam to make its way from the comics to the big screen. Garcia pointed out that the supervillain anti-hero was not a simple character to crack, and they hit multiple roadblocks while conceptualizing his solo film. After many years of preparing for the role, Johnson will finally make his epic entrance into the DCEU. Black Adam's solo adventure will tell the origin story of how the Egyptian anti-hero will become the arch enemy of Shazam. Wow. After being in prison for 5,000 years, the movie's first teaser trailer gave a peek into Johnson's character and its thrilling superpowers. Now, it's pretty obvious how Black Adam is going to have it in for Shazam, because Shazam is the chosen one when Black Adam should have been the chosen one. Do you get it? So this is why the bone of contention will start, and maybe there'll be a reveal about that when Black Adam finds himself in the modern world. It's interesting to note that other DC superheroes like Wonder Woman, Aquaman and The Flash were first introduced as side characters in team-up films before getting their solo movies. As DC breaks the pattern for Black Adam, it's exciting to see how their movie will pay off once the feature film hits the big screen in 2022. Its success will no doubt carry over to Black Adam sequel spin-offs and Black Adam vs Shazam face-off. With its big budget production and Johnson's star power, Black Adam is shaping up to be worth the wait. As I say, I think it could be the shock of next year. It could be one of the most, if not the most popular comic book movie of next year. It's what I believe, because everyone's talking about the Batman, the Flash, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, Batgirl, Blue Beetle, but not very many people are talking about Black Adam. And you're wrong to underestimate The Rock and his production team. I think this film could be one of the best we've seen in a long time. Why am I so confident about this film? Because it's going to be able to hold the balance of fun and darkness. We saw the dark, brutal power of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's Black Adam in that sneak peek at DC Fandom. And that's very, very impressive. So if they can spin the side of the coin, 1 minute being dark and serious, then being funny and light, it's good, as long as they don't do it like the MCU does. When someone dies and they crack a joke, it's dumb, it doesn't work, it's frustrating to lose that emotion so quickly. It doesn't work. I don't know why Feige insists on doing it, but he does. So I think this is a film that's very exciting. And to bring in the JSA into the mix, especially Dr. Fate. And I mean, when I saw him in Smallville, I knew this character would be a winner. I think this could be one of the most popular elements of the Black Adam movie as well. So I'm very, very much looking forward to that element of this film as well. But it's got a lot of different characters in it. Obviously, The Rock's Black Adam is front and centre, and we are going to find out how he and Shazam become enemies. So I think this is an interesting movie. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to be great. I think someone like The Rock doesn't get involved in something that he cares about. And unlike a lot of the films he does, which is just for cash and a payday, which I don't blame him about, this is a passion project. This is what excites me about this. It is a passion project. And when you've got someone like The Rock, passionate, talented, making something for the love of it rather than the celebrity status or the appeal of being in a big movie, you're definitely going to have something, excuse me, I was trying to avoid the frog in the throat for once, but it didn't work. So you've got something incredibly special here. I think the action will be great. You've got a robust alpha male here in Black Adam, and I think that's a good thing. And I just think, we've never seen Black Adam in live action before. We've only just recently seen Shazam. And this is what I was talking about yesterday for years. We were just getting adaptations of Batman and Superman. And I love Superman, as you know. He's my favourite character in fiction. But it can't just be about Superman, Batman and Wonder Woman. You've got to have a universe with all these characters mixing together, having relationships, being part of the Justice League. And that's what excites me about the Flash movie, to find out who's in this all-new Justice League after Flashpoint, when Barry fixes the multiverse. Well, and this is the thing, he'll fix it, but he won't fix it because everything's going to be different, and that's how they're rebooting the universe, and I think that's very exciting as well. But this movie, Black Adam, the more Hiram talks about it, the more, Dwayne talks about it, they're just hyping us up in a really surreal way. And I really like that about this movie. So I think it's going to be the jewel in the crown of the DCEU. The DCEU has been treading water since Justice League, really. And we haven't really, I like Aquaman, by the way, and Shazam. I think they're good movies. But the other movies, they've been kind of placeholders, as I've said to you many times before. And I just feel this is the year where we see the real vision of Walter Hamada and what the plans are for the DCEU. It has to work because, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? Because we're getting a lot of representation and inclusion in comic book movies. The MCU is certainly going for it. Unfortunately, they've done damage to what they're trying to do with their inclusivity and their representation by using it as a marketing tool during the build-up to these movies. And nobody wants that. not even the people being included. They don't want to be told they're being done a favour because they're being included in a movie. Now we're seeing a lot of representation and inclusion in the DC universe, but it seems they're not going to use it as part of their marketing. I think using representation and inclusion as part of your marketing is a big mistake, and it just sends entirely the wrong message. But this film has got a lot of representation and inclusion, but they're not going with that. They're talking about the movie. They're talking about respecting the comics. They're talking about respecting the fans. That's how you fucking build up to a movie. So The Rock and, you know, is it $9 Productions or $10 Productions or $7 Productions, whatever they are really, really doing well. And the more successful, you know, the Black Adam and Shazam franchise gets, the more responsibility I'm sure will be given to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's production company and him with their own vision for the DCEU. And for me, that's very, very exciting. This has been the DCEU Daily. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss this perfection. And I'll be back again tomorrow with even more DCEU Daily. Until then, goodbye.